Welcome to the only daily podcast focusing on compliance news of the day. Each morning, start your day with a cup of coffee and Tom Fox, the voice of compliance, to hear about 4 of the top compliance, corruption, or leadership stories you will need to start your day. The Daily Compliance News is a production of the Compliance Podcast Network.
First, a word from our sponsor, Ethico.
Handling multiple compliance cases can often feel like navigating a complex labyrinth. Ethico introduces simplicity and intelligence into this chaos with our custom workflow automation. By automatically routing cases based on your unique criteria, we turn the maze into a clear path forward. Envision a compliance process that's not just effective, but also intuitive and adaptable to your needs. It's time to redefine efficiency in your workplace. Embark on this journey of transformation at ethico.com/CPN. Book a demo and explore the white paper by Tom Fox, 2023, The Year in Compliance, to discover a world of seamless compliance management.
The Daily Compliance News for February 20, 2024, the Consent Order Terminated edition. And we begin with that story from the Washington Post. Aaron Gregg reporting in the business column that federal regulators have disclosed they have terminated the 2016 consent order, which was placed on Wells Fargo after its fake account scandals. The disclosure sent the bank stock up more than 7%. The consent order had required Wells Fargo to revamp how it offers and sells products and services, and of course put a cap on the size of the bank. In a new order dated January 30th, the Office of the Comptroller of the Currency said it believes, quote, the safety and soundness of Wells Fargo and its compliance with laws and regulations, end quote, allowed termination of the 2016 order. Wells Fargo CEO said the decision reflects the hard work the bank has put into risk management. So we can only hope that Wells Fargo will continue to be a law-abiding citizen. Next up, from The Guardian, it's interesting that they report as much on U.S. news as they do in other news, but they report that the New York jury, which has been hearing the corruption case against the National Rifle Association, or the NRA, began its deliberations on Friday against the NRA and its long-serving leader, Wayne LaPierre, who has stepped down from the presidency. The attorney for the New York Attorney General's office said that the NRA and LaPierre were caught with their hands in a cookie jar. The attorney for LaPierre and the NRA said it was a political witch hunt. So imagine that. Next up, from Reuters, a very interesting article that sort of puts logic on its head, where a group of racists claimed that being required to attend anti-racism training violated free speech. So a U.S. appeals court is handling this case, although they seem unlikely to revive claims that a Missouri school district violated staff members' free speech rights by requiring them to attend anti-racism training. Can you imagine that? And our final story is in the Would You Believe This column. Some of India's top airlines have been ordered to start sending out passengers' bags within 30 minutes of landing. So imagine that. The baggage was so bad, the baggage delivery system was so bad that the airports had to order that the bags be sent out within 30 minutes. How's that for customer service? I hope you can take some solace as a compliance officer that you actually deliver on the services you're contracted to perform. 30 minutes to get a bag, that's the standard now. And these Indian airlines, well, guess what? They just couldn't seem to meet it. As I mentioned in the opening of this new podcast series, Compliance Tip of the Day, we are sponsored this month by Ethico. Are you struggling to close cases? Well, Ethico is here for you. Take advantage of their innovative approach to empathic issue intake, streamlined case management, and enterprise-wide disclosures. Learn more about how you can crowdsource risk management at scale at ethico.com/CPN. The Daily Compliance News is a production of the Compliance Podcast Network and a proud member of C-Suite Radio. Thanks so much for listening. I hope you'll join me again tomorrow.